Dr. Tahar Masoud, also his business administration. And hopefully we will be able to have also very soon, I think, Professor Dr. Amir, the Dean of the College of Law. And yeah, we have Mr. Ali Hamad, who just joined, the admission manager. Mr. Ali, can you?
Everyone.
Yes, great.
Hi, good morning.
The mic is functioning. Can we see you?
Yeah, just I'm trying to overcome some technical issue with my camera, I think, because it's an adapted camera. Just give me one second.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I wanted to note as well that my camera's on, but it's black. I think it's because I'm remotely accessing another desktop computer, so I'm trying to work through that. Apologies if I can't get it to work, but at least the audio is working right now. As long as you can hear me, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I think we are ready to start.
Think so?
Yes, sure. It's 10:05. We might not have many parents, but I would like to welcome all of you. I think it's a great opportunity for us as a team to meet with each other. Let me introduce myself. My name is Dr. Hiba Shatta. I am the founder of Maharat Learning Center, but I also have other medical centers that I established since 2008. My daughter was diagnosed with autism in 2007, and at that time she was 1.5 years old, and there wasn't many services available at that time. So we started Child Early Intervention Medical Center, the first center to offer rehab services using applied behavioral analysis to help children access mainstream schools. In 2010, we had a lot of children ready for school, but schools were not ready for them. So we had to run awareness campaigns and engage the community so we can help children to be included. And luckily, we did a lot of conferences, workshops. We worked with schools, worked with families, worked with the entire media to help to bring that problem into focus. And luckily in 2016, the inclusion strategy came out and we started Maharat Learning Center as a school support service provider. Our students today are going through the last final years of their school years. We have the first students who are now in university, and we have a lot of students now in grade 9, 10, 11, 12, and we know that we want to see them functioning and happily engaged in the community and getting their degree in the university. And I'm very proud to have met Jehni, who have the similar vision of enabling and empowering students to become more independent and live a fulfilling life. The initiative that we are coming with, transitioning to university, is not something new. It is happening everywhere in the world. Again, even in UAE, but it is limited to a very small number of students because of the complexity of the programs and because of their social and communication deficits that come with their disorders. So luckily today we have Carrie Green, our clinical director, who I will give her the floor now to introduce you to what is our transition to university from our perspective. Because we as a center, we provide differentiated and individualized programs to students to help them with their social communication, academic, theory of mind, executive functioning, a lot of things that, and independent living and life skills. And we continuously develop our offers and our services to meet the needs of our children as they grow. When we started, we were looking for them to be in school, but today we want them to be in university. So I think we also as a center learning from the students on how we can also grow and develop our skills to meet their needs. So I will hand it over to Before I hand it to Carrie, I would like to thank you all for your commitment and for your involvement. I'm very excited, and I hope this will be a great initiative to really impact the entire community. And I believe it is the first of its kind in Dubai today. So I will hand over the microphone to Carrie. Carrie, good morning. Hello.
Hi, just give me 1 second. I'm having some technical difficulties.
Okay, I can continue to talk. Anybody have any question?
I just want to say I appreciate what you guys do. I'm an applied behavior analysis analyst myself, so
All right.
Good work you guys are doing in this region.
Excellent.
Okay, sorry about that. Are we ready?
Sure. Yes, it's
Okay.
the mic is with you.
Okay, great. So hi everybody, I'm Carrie Green. I'm a board certified behavior analyst. I've been with Maharat and our sister clinics since 2014, but I've been working in the field since 2003. So I've been a board certified behavior analyst since 2004. So I've worked in lots of places. I've worked in the States and in Europe and here. With lots of different kids, lots of different ages. I've worked with adults, teenagers, little kids. So I've kind of seen and done most everything in this field. So I think it's best, should we just get started with the presentation? Just to talk about what we do at Maharat as far as transitioning students, so I don't take up too much time. So I'll just go ahead and start. Okay, all right. So we're gonna just talk about how we transition our students starting kind of from the age of 14 to 18, what it involves, you know, what factors we look at, whether it's, you know, academic, vocational route, and that sort of thing. Okay. All right, so the process, the transition process is really a formal process that we start at least by the age of 14 to 16 years. And this is where the child's individual education plan comes into play, and everyone's involved, the individual, the parents, the school, outside agencies such as ourselves. And this is where we really want to start the move from one-to-one tuition to more of, you know, a small group setting where possible. So this is where we really have to start teaching those self-management skills, make sure that they're able to work and learn in more of a small group setting. Because in general, adult services are not as supportive as pre-adult services. No matter what country you go to, no matter where you are, it's just not as supportive. So we have to make sure that we're, you know, filling our clients with all of those relevant skills so that they'll have a successful adulthood, and that the transition process will be as smooth as possible. But when I say, you know, we start the process by 14 to 16, this doesn't mean that we don't start planning before. So the formal process definitely starts, you know, 14 to 16 years of age, but we start planning for this a lot sooner than that. So we start looking at adaptive functioning skills, and we start looking at teaching these skills at age 6 or before. Okay, and it seems really early maybe to, you know, to start teaching these kind of skills, and I'll go through what adaptive functioning skills are. But really, if you visualize your child or the children that we work with at 21, there's so many skills to teach them, you know, so you have to start really early, so that by the time we reach 14 and 16, they already have these core skills in their foundation and they're using them every day in their repertoire, and they're very functional for them. So really, the adaptive functioning skills part is the first step in the transition process. You know, so we start right when our, you know, the clients and their parents walk in our door. That's when we start the transition process, really. We just don't make it a formal process. So really, the transition process, again, starts very early, much earlier than 14 to 16. Okay, and just a little brief about adaptive functioning skills. What I mean here is communication, social skills, which involves conversation skills, perspective taking, relationships, other categories like daily living skills, self-direction, leisure skills, safety skills, and then later on employment, school skills, functional academics. So all of those things is what I'm talking about when we say adaptive living skills. And the reason, the reason we focus so much on adaptive functioning skills is because of the research. So we always, you know, being a board certified behavioral analyst, we always look at research and what's been done in the past and what's, you know, scientifically proven and verified. And there's been so many studies that have shown that the one factor that predicts a positive transition to adulthood for individuals with autism and other developmental disabilities is cognitive ability. Okay, so the higher the cognitive ability, the more positive the transition. However, another study reported that 32% of those adults with a nonverbal IQ over 70, so that means if it's a nonverbal IQ over 70, that would be a very good cognitive ability. So only 32% of those individuals with a very good cognitive ability, they only had a good or very good outcome in adulthood. So not excellent, it was just mediocre, it was average, okay? So what does that mean? So it means that cognitive ability may affect the overall likelihood of a positive adult outcome in individuals with ASD, but having a higher IQ does not ensure a better outcome, okay? So it predicts it, but it doesn't ensure it. But another link has been made between adaptive behaviors and success in adulthood. So that means that deficits in adaptive behavior skills likely contribute to overall poor outcomes in adults with ASD. Strengths in adaptive behavior skills contribute to successful adults with ASD. So the higher, you know, the more adaptive behavior skills that an individual has, and the more they use them functionally in their life, the more successful they are as adults. So that's why we start looking at adaptive functioning skills right when they walk in our door. Okay, so that's why it's so very important. So we know what these kids need to be successful adults, whether that's at university or in a job or anything. So the transition process starts immediately, okay? So that's just a little bit of a background of what we do right when they walk in our door. So now I'll kind of shift it a little bit to the formal process. Okay. And when, just going back to that before I go into the formal process, so when, you know, a client walks in our door and, you know, we decide to start working with them, whether they're 2 years old, 6 years old, 10 years old, we always look at, you know, a range of assessments and a range of skills. But as far as the adaptive functioning skills, the assessments that we do might be the Vineland adaptive behavior skill, the checklist of adaptive living skills, the assessment of functional living skills. So we do a lot of different assessments, and then we write an adaptive behavior intervention plan. And this specifies kind of the steps for teaching each program. So how our therapists actually sit down and work with the individual to teach them these skills. And with some of our older individuals, so starting from the age of usually 12 and up, we do the ASDAN, so the Award Scheme Development and Accreditation Network. And this is, it's usually vocational in nature, and it's mainly aimed at students between 11 and 25. But this allows us to, we implement a differentiated curriculum for each student using ASDAN, and it's really flexible in nature, and it gives credits for learning, employment opportunities, focusing on personal skills, work-related, a lot of foundation learning. So we use our own assessments and our own behavior intervention plans, but then we also use the ASDAN curriculum for some of our older students to help prepare them more for their route, whether it's university or working, and building up all of those life skills and adaptive functioning skills further. Okay, so this is what we do to get the kids ready. Okay, and all of this obviously falls under the applied behavior analysis curriculum, right? So it all falls under the umbrella of ABA, which is kind of the cornerstone of our center, really. Okay, So the transition process, when we start it formally, you know, when a child gets to be 14 to 18 years of age and we start thinking about things, there's questions that we want to ask, right? And the questions, I mean, this should be meetings with the parents, the school, the client, us, and we start thinking, is the individual going to go down the university route? Are they maintaining academic levels within 2 years of their age? That's one of the factors. Is the individual going to go down the work route? Should we start apprenticeships and pre-vocational training and vocational training? Is it more university prep or vocational prep or both? Do they have enough, you know, life skills to be able to live semi-independently or independently? And again, we start all of this stuff at age 6 or before, but these are the formal questions that we have to start, you know, talking among each other when they hit to, you know, the age of 14 or so. And hopefully all of these, the answers are very clear by this point because we've been working for so many years towards this goal. Okay, but these are the kind of the questions that this starts the foundation for the formal process. Okay, and then if I'm just going to talk about the college university route, I'm not going to talk about vocational route because that's what we're here to discuss today. So looking at the college university route, I mean, this might involve a 4-year university. It could involve a 2-year like community college. It could also involve online college courses, right? So it doesn't have to be the traditional route that we're talking about. But the child's IEP here that they had in school is no longer. So all, you know, when a child is in primary school and secondary school, they have this individual education plan that helps support them and it gives them accommodations. But at university, we do not have this, okay? So there's struggles with communication, with organization, you know, all of that stuff, it's going to be highlighted a little bit because they're going to not have this IEP. They're going to be in an environment that's not quite as supportive as primary and secondary school is. So we have to make sure that they're prepared for all of this. And we certainly want to work with universities to get some requests for accommodations. It could be classroom accommodations, extra testing time, housing accommodations if the individual is going to be, you know, living on campus or living independently. And really, universities are only required to provide reasonable accommodations. So it's very, very different than secondary school. So secondary school have a big list of accommodations that they have to provide if the team, the child support team, deems it to be necessary. The universities are different. So reasonable accommodations are things like extended time on test, taking tests in a room free of distractions, sign language interpreters if there's a hearing impairment, the use of note-taking, of a note taker or a recorder for class notes. So colleges don't have to provide individual tutoring, although a lot of colleges, particularly the 2-year colleges, may choose to offer it. And I mean, at least, you know, in the States, there's a growing number of 4-year universities that are offering extra support services for students with autism spectrum disorder and other developmental delays for extra fees. Usually it's extra fees for the student or for the student's family. And this support might include organizational support, independent living and safety and social skills support, peer mentoring, or counseling. And these programs typically focus on students who otherwise do meet the academic standards for admission. So they already met the academic standards, but there's these other deficits that are just not making their university experience what it should be. So a lot of universities are offering these things. So what we really want to do is to work, you know, with the families and the clients and the university to put some of these reasonable accommodations in place to further help support our students. And I think this is a new thing probably all around the world. So I think, you know, all universities are are coming around to it, but I don't know if there's any one place or university that has a very set model. I think it's a work in progress everywhere. So I think it's a great time for us to work with the universities to help make this transition process smooth. So basically, we prepare our students for the future. How do we do that? We start really, really, really early. We start right when they walk in our door, and the focus is always on what are they going to do when they're 18. And that's kind of our goal. Okay, so that's all I have today. I don't know if you guys want to discuss this or you just want to go with the next thing on the agenda.
Jehni?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Carrie. This is like what our vision is, to see them functional, independent, living, enjoying life, having friends, creating that supportive environment for our students within the community of university. I think, Carrie, what we will do is we will go through the entire presentations and then we open the floor for questions. Do you all agree?
Yes.
Sure.
Or somebody would like to ask? Yeah.
I have just one
So
quick
can we go
question
to
if
the
you don't
next
mind.
speaker?
I
You
have
have
question,
the list.
but we can
access my email.
we can wait. I have question,
Please.
but we can wait.
Okay.
If you may I ask? This is Dr. Tariq.
Hi.
Yes, please, Dr.
So
Tariq.
you mentioned from 14
Please.
on, there's like this transitional period. So my question, and you're right, maybe once they reach adulthood, it's they're kind of just dropped into this bucket of now be like everybody else. What does it look like, that transition at, say, the age of 14, where they're going from the individualized learning curriculums and the behavioral protocols and all that? Do they start going into small groups with you guys at 14, 15, 16, or are they trained individually, shaped individually into being able to function, let's say, autonomously, and I use the word loosely, but so that when they get to, let's say, our university, let's say they get to us at 18, what is generally the level of skill that they have in operating autonomously? To what extent do we have to pick them up, basically, at that point?
Yeah, well, it really varies. So, I mean, we try to start even before 14. So if a child is going to school, so if they're in mainstream school, a lot of the kids that we support in mainstream school have a shadow with them. So most of the time it's a shadow provided by us, sometimes it's by the school. And we're constantly looking, I mean, even in grade 1, we're looking at, okay, is the child, how much are they doing independently at school? Can we start to fade the shadow out? So our shadows take data on everything. So they even take data on how much they're having to assist the child. And once it gets up to kind of 70 to 80% independence, so only 30% of the day the shadow is actually having to assist the child, then we look at fading it out. So we start fading it out by hours, by days. And obviously we're working with the school, because then the school is going to have to do a little bit more.
Yeah.
So we look at that whenever the child is ready. So even before 14. So it's not like, 14 is the time that we start it. We also have a small group program. So we have some individuals that they're not ready for school for whatever reason, whether it's behavioral, social, or academic. So we have a small group ABA program at our center, where that started whenever a child is ready for it. So they're not functioning well in school, but they still need to work in a group setting. And because we have that at the center, our students who are getting one-to-one at the center, we can kind of fade them in and out of the groups to see, are they ready for it? Are they not? So it's kind of like we're constantly looking at how we can fade it out. That said, we're supporting one individual in university now, and our shadows still go with him to university. So it's not that all of our, individuals, by the time they get to be 18, some of them might need a little bit of one-to-one help even at university. So the goal is that they're completely independent. We give them all the skills that they need. but all the individuals are just so different, right?
And
so
being careful for any regression once
Right.
they've tried something new. Yeah. Thank
right,
you.
we don't want to just say, okay, you're 18, you're on your own. We taught you all the skills that you need. We look at whether or not realistically they would be able to learn in that kind of environment on their own. But we're careful about it. I mean, the individual that we support, the therapists do not sit with him. They are just there for, because this individual really just needs academic support and some social skills support. But so in the classes, they don't sit beside him. They are kind of like regular students, and then they help him in between classes or after the university courses, just so he can stay on top of it. So all the individuals are a little bit different, but we're constantly looking at fading them out to not having that one-to-one or not full-time one-to-one, constantly looking at, can they function in more of a group setting, more or less by themselves. And some do, some don't. I mean, we all know that, we could provide 40 hours of therapy to an individual, to two individuals starting from the age of 2, and that by the age of 10, they could be very, very different. One might have all the skills that they need and one might not, because autism and all the developmental delays they're just so different.
So many variables.
One individual is just so different than another on what they're able to learn.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Carey.
Okay, Jenny, I think it's time for you to take over.
Yes, okay. So I want to thank all of you for being here today and for granting us this opportunity today to share with you our possibility, to share with you what our university is offering to students, to all the students equally. We have also here a bench of colleagues that are one of the best. I'm really, really proud to be among them, and I'm really proud to introduce them to you. I think that the first thing that we can do is start with Mr. Ali Hamad. He is the admission manager at the university, and he will be able to discuss more I would say, the administrative part of the universities, about the payment, the fees, the regulation of the universities, the placement test, all these technical part that only him can master. Mr. Ali, are you here?
Thank you, Dr. Jehan, for the very nice introduction. And thank you for Dr. Hiba and Ms. Carey for also the very nice and comprehensive introduction about the Maharat Center. My name is Ali Hamad. I'm the Director of Admission and Registration at the American University in the Emirates. So I'm gonna try to give you a brief presentation about different aspects regarding the enrollment at the university, requirements, and some of history glance about AUE. I'm going to share my screen right now with you. Can you see my screen now? I think you can, right?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. There's technical issue. Okay, wait a minute, just 1 second. It's here. Share screen. And I think now you will be able to see it. Now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so. As I was saying, we are the American University in the Emirates. We are located in the Dubai Academic City. The university was founded in 2006 as the American College in the Emirates. We've been growing in a very decent pace over the years. Like, for example, in 2009, the university was granted the title of American University in the Emirates. And for example, the enrollment numbers at the university jumped to 2,400 students in 2013. Around 2015, we have graduated more than 2,000 alumni. And we've been working on the international accreditation of the colleges and on the institutional level as well. So now we have 7 different colleges. We have got the accreditation on the college levels, like for the ABET, the American Board of Engineering and Technology, for the College of Computer and Information Technology, and also the AACSB for the College of Business Administration. The university vision is to be one of the best higher education institutions in the region. Actually, we are doing our best to equip our graduates with the necessary skills to become leaders who participate in the development process of their communities. So, right here, yes. So as I was saying, we have 7 different colleges in the university. I'll start with the College of Business Administration, which is the largest college in the university in terms of students enrollment. We have we have a BBA degree, a Bachelor of Business Administration, and 2 different master's program, Masters in Business Administration and Masters in Sports Management. We have 7 sub majors or specializations. I think Professor Asim will be covering as well. Then we have College of Media and Mass Communication. We have 4 different undergraduate degrees in international relations and public relations and radio and TV and integrated marketing communication. We have the College of Design. Mr. Omid also will be covering. It's the factory of creative students in the university. We have 3 different programs: graphic design, interior design, and fashion design, and a 4th program in digital animation. The College of Computer and Information Technology, Dr. Reem will also be covering in details the programs. We have 1 program in computer science, which has 2 specializations in digital forensics and in network security. And we have a program in information technology management, which is a combination between business management and computer technology. We have the College of Education. Dr. Nahla also will go in details into the programs. We have a Bachelor in Education in Psychology and Counseling, and we have a Bachelor degree in Education and Technology, and we have a Bachelor in Education and Administration and Supervision. Then we have the College of Law. College of Law, it has 1 degree, which is Bachelor of Law, and 4 different master degrees: master degree in arbitration, master degree in intellectual property, master degree in criminal sciences, and a professional master degree in sports law. So the College of Law offers all its program in Arabic language. So all other colleges offer programs in English, except for College of Law. They're offering their programs in Arabic language. Sorry. And also in the College of Media and Mass Communication, they have 1 program in public relation, which is in Arabic as well. The last college in the university, it's the College of Security and Global Studies. Professor Abdul Sattar will be covering that area. It's well, actually, it has 1 program, 1 undergraduate program, and 3 graduate programs. We have a bachelor degree in security and strategic studies with 4 specializations in risk management, disaster management, crisis management, and emergency management. And we have a master degree in diplomacy, master degree in security and strategic studies, and a master degree in security and information analysis. So we have a wide range of undergraduate degrees that covers so many areas. And as I was saying, all our programs are accredited by the Ministry of Education in United Arab Emirates, as well as we are seeking international accreditation on the college level and on the institution level. We have future projects in the university. So, for example, we have a plan to establish our first College of Equine Studies, and next fall we are planning to offer our first program in master program in sports management equine tracks. So we are moving towards that, the establishment of the Equine Studies College. And also we are planning to establish a sports academy in the university, because we have now two programs that are related somehow to sports. The first program is the Master of Sports Management, and recently joined track in sport and equine studies. And also we have a professional master in sports law under the College of Law. This is just a overall overview demographic facts about the university based on the last academic year 18-19. So overall on fall and spring we had 2,600 enrolled students. 56 of them were UAE nationals, 36% of them were Arab nationals, and 8% were international students from outside the Arab region. 66% of our students are male, and 34% of our students are female. We're trying to balance this ratio, trying to inject more females, recruit more female students in the university. Actually, if I can recall, like 5 or 6 years back, we had around 74 to 78% of our students male. So now it's balancing the male-female ratio. Now I'm gonna move about my area of specialization, which is the admission. So admission requirements in the university are pretty much straightforward. So we have academic requirements, which is the qualifications, the high school requirement. We have English requirement, the IELTS or TOEFL, and we have placement tests. So I'll start with the requirements, the school requirements. So we have different schools, different curriculums. So it depends on the type of curriculum that the student was following during his senior school years. For example, for the holders of the UAE secondary school certificates, for the schools following the Ministry of Education curriculum, the minimum average required for a university admission is 70% for students who were following the advanced or scientific, as it was called years back, stream. So 70%, or 75% for applicants for Bachelor of Law. Bachelor of Law, as per the guidance of the instructions of the Ministry of Education, is now requiring a bit higher percentage for admission. They're trying to limit the number of applicants for College of Law because the number of graduates from the Bachelor of Law is really huge, and the government is facing challenges in finding proper employment opportunities for those graduates. So they're trying to limit the admissions into the Bachelor of Law programs across all higher education institutions in the United Arab Emirates. So as I was saying, 70% is the minimum score average required for the advanced stream. For the general stream, we are requiring 75% minimum and 80% for the Bachelor of Law. Other streams like technical, vocational, etc., we're requiring a minimum average of 80%. This is for the holders of the UAE National Secondary School certificate. For the holders of the American High School Diploma, which I think vast majority of schools, private schools in UAE is following the American curriculum, we require a minimum GPA of 2.5 or minimum score of 70%. The SAT in math is also required with a score of 450. Since the American curriculum is considered as a foreign curriculum, so all applicants should obtain a certificate of equivalency from the Ministry of Education for their diplomas. For the British curriculum, the International General Certificate of Secondary Education, the IGCSE or GCSE, we require a combination of 7 courses at O level and ASA level. So it's a minimum 5 O levels and 2 AS level or 1 A level. The minimum score, the minimum grade for all subjects should be C, with at least, as I say, 1 A level or 2 AS level. The courses should cover the area of mathematics, languages, sciences, social studies and humanities, or arts and design. Those are the subjects that should be covered by the students. Also, the applicants should have completed at least 12 years of education, and similar to the American high school diploma, since the IGCSE level are considered as foreign curriculum, so all applicants should submit an equivalency certificate from the Ministry of Education. Now for the holders of the International Baccalaureate, the IB diploma as well. So the applicant should have completed 12 years of schooling, should get the diploma itself, should have done 6 subjects with overall points of 24 and minimum of 2 high-level subjects. And also similar to the British and American, IB is a foreign curriculum, and all applicants are required to submit the certificate of equivalency from the Ministry of Education for their diplomas. For the holders of the CBSE, the Indian certificate, they should complete 12 years of education, and the minimum average for acceptance is 70%. Also, the applicants are required to submit the certificate of equivalency. For the Pakistani board, we're looking for the higher secondary school certificate, the grade 12, with minimum score average of 70%. Again, the equivalency certificate is also required. Now for international students, for all other curriculums, or for students who are coming from abroad, the admission requirements are very clear. The applicant should have achieved a minimum of 70% in their senior school year, and the certificate should be considered for admission in public university in the country where it was delivered, 12 years of education, and most importantly, it has to get the equivalency certificate from the Ministry of Education. This is for the international students who are coming from abroad. Moving towards the English proficiency requirement, as I was saying, vast majority of our programs are offered in English, except for the Bachelor of Public Relations, the Arabic program, and Bachelor of Law. So all undergraduate programs, except for the Bachelor of Public Relations, Arabic program, and Bachelor of Law, are required to fulfill a certain scores in the English proficiency exams. The TOEFL ITP, the institutional testing program, is accepted. We require a minimum score of 500, or applicants can choose to go for the IBT, the internet-based test, with minimum score of 61. They also can take the IELTS academic. We require an overall score band of 5. Or national AUA nationals and other students who have done the EMSAT, which is the Emirates SAT, we can accept the English score of 1,100 if they have done it in their senior school year. Now, for applicants to Bachelor of Public Relations, the Arabic program, Bachelor of Law, due to the nature of the program, since this program is delivered in Arabic language, so we required relatively lower scores regarding the English proficiency requirement. For the TOEFL ITP, again, we require a score of 450, for the IBT 41, and for the IELTS 4.5, for the MSAT English 950. Well, those other documentations, so all applicants should sit for interview. We call it admission interview with the program director. The reason behind that interview is to provide some sort of a guidance to the applicants. Some applicants, they come to the university, they don't actually have a clear idea on which program they want to choose. So it's some sort of early counseling or early guidance for those applicants. This is the reason behind the interview. So all applicants also should submit a personal admission statement, roughly speaking 250 words, valid passport, valid Emirates ID, and certificate of good conduct from the police authority. Now for the placement test. So all applicants, regardless of the program, they have to sit for a group of placement tests upon admission. So the type of the placement test depends on the college or the program the students is planning to join. For example, computer technology, so all undergraduate students, regardless of their program, they have to sit for a placement test in computer technology. So if the student fail in the placement test, then we will give him a prep course in computer during his or her first semester in the university. Mathematics, again, all undergraduate students, applicants to College of Business Administration and College of Computer Information Technology, they have to sit for a placement test in mathematics. Similar to the computer technology, students who fail in the test will need to take a prep course in mathematics during their first semester in the university, along with other general courses. Physics placement test is required exclusively for applicants to the computer science program in the College of Computer Information Technology. Again, applicants who fail to pass the test will take the prep course in physics during their first semester. Arabic placement test, it's an exclusive placement test for applicants to Bachelor of Law and Bachelor of Public Relations Arabic program. And again, we offer students a prep course during their first semester in case they did not pass the test. Drawing is a placement test designed exclusively for the applicants to the College of Design. And again, it's students will be offered a prep course in drawing in case they did not achieve the required score in the drawing placement test. Admission intakes, when applicants can apply. So we have 3 different semesters in our academic year. We have the fall semester, which is the first semester of the academic year. It starts on September and finish on December. The second semester is spring semester. It starts on January and ends on May. And the summer semester, which starts on late May, early June, and end by early August. So for fall semester, applicants can start applying from June up to 1st of September. Spring semester, we open applications by 1st October to the 2nd week of January. And summer semester, we open applications from 1st of March to end of May. So sometimes, well, the vast majority of applicants usually join on fall. So on fall, we have the highest number of new joiners. However, some students, they face some challenges on fall semester, maybe as not fulfilling some of the admission requirements. So they postpone their enrollment to spring semester, and some students postpone their enrollment to summer semester. But fall semester is the start of the academic year, and it is the start of the enrollment at the university. Tuition fees. So tuition fees depends on the program. I'm not gonna bother you with all these details, but I'm gonna give you an overview over the fees. So roughly speaking, undergraduate student cost between 45,000 to 55,000 UAE dirham per academic year, not semester, academic year. So between 45,000 to 55,000, that depends on the program and the number of subjects the students will take during the academic year. Again, the duration of the study in the university is 4 years for all bachelor degrees. So we're talking about the total cost over 4 years, somewhere between 160, 170 to 200,000 dirhams. Those fees are before the grants, discounts, or waivers. We offer a wide range of financial aid and discounts and grants in the university. Last year, 2018-2019, we have given 15.4 million dirhams as discounts, as financial aid, as grants for the students. For example, students who are, we have like a decent number of our students who are currently employees, especially UAE nationals. They are working with like as a trainee, as an intern, and government entities. So all of them get a 20 to 25% discount. Also, we have a financial aid fund in the university. So students who have financial difficulties can apply through the financial aid process, and the designated committee will study their case and give them an additional grants. We have a high school merit scholarship. So students who have got more than 85 in their high school, they are eligible for 10, 15, or 20% tuition waiver. We have an athletic scholarship. Students who are good in football, basketball, swimming, also they can get a very generous scholarship that can reach up to 70%. We have a corporate scholarship, as I was saying, for students who are currently working with government entities. We have a university merit discount. This is for students who are in an excellent, outstanding academic progress in their university study. So students who are achieving while they're studying in the university, who maintain a CGPA of 3.6 out of 4, they can get an addition of 10 to 15% discount. And we have a family scholarship, so siblings can get 10% each while they're studying in the university. So those all are partial scholarships. We're trying to allocate our scholarship budget equally among all students. That's why I'm not saying that we are offering 100% scholarship program for the students. We are preferring to give partial scholarships to all the students rather than giving full scholarship for just a small group of students, giving the current hard times due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the financial consequences. I am sure that so many families would love to have discounts or grants to help them to enroll their sons and daughters in the university. And yeah, that's it. I hope that I did not take so much time. I tried to squeeze the presentation. And this is my name, this is my email, and this is the WhatsApp number that I can be reached through. And
thank you very much, Mr. Ali. Thank you for your very detailed and comprehensive presentation. I don't know if Ms. Carey or Dr. Hiba would like to ask any question. Do you have, do you need any more clarification, or we can just move on? You're muted. Carey, you're muted.
Yeah, sorry. I don't think I have any questions right now. I'll save it for the end.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay. Dr. Hiba?
Maybe she stepped out. I'm not sure.
I think I think it's very informative, and we have some parents with us today. So I'm hoping that they will keep the questions, and because it's very, I mean, I am a parent as well, so I have a lot of questions, but I will keep them to the end. Thank you very much. It's really very interesting. And I like the fact that you have a lot under design and art and technology. There are so many subdivisions that can give us opportunity to see where we can support our children. There's only one thing that I wanted to see, that because you do give English courses and physics and things like that in the semester, so maybe we can work on some of this earlier on so they can move faster instead of wasting time in college. I think we will just go ahead with the program because we have so many speakers, and we'll take it from there. Thank you very much, and I appreciate your kind support. And hopefully we can also collaborate to create a fund for the special community, so that we can ask some of our partners to donate to the university, so that donation can come as a fund support to the students. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Most welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ali. So I think that we can leave the floor now to Dr. Tariq, the Director of the Academic Support Services. Dr. Tariq?
Yes. Let me just share my screen here. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, yes, we can see it.
Wonderful. Okay, and I apologize again. I've tried to be clever with some remote desktoping and therefore no camera, but as long as this works. Okay, so as Dr. Jihan said, I'm the Director of the Academic Support Services, and I'm very happy to be presenting because I think a lot of the work that we do piggybacks, or at least is very relatable to some of the stuff that was mentioned in the beginning of the meeting. So we'll just move forward here. There are four main areas where we focus in this unit, and that's advising students, general student success, and that's related to their academic performance. The counseling center, which I will not speak too much because I don't want to steal too much of the thunder from Dr. Jahan, and the AUE library, which supports research and all of the learning that needs to happen outside the classroom. So we'll just move forward with that. First of all, advising. So we actually have an office of student success and advising, and their main focus is to help students with both logistical items and situations where the student might be confused about what to take next, might be perhaps at odds with what has been prescribed to them by their either professor or advisor. So we work with students to register them for courses, to give them advice. There's a lot of peer mentoring that happens in this office, and that does include having students who have, they might be juniors or seniors in the university, and they know a lot about what to take now, what not to take now, what to avoid now, what courses to mix. Everybody knows that Professor Asim is a very good, strict professor, so they know if they're going to take a course like production and operation, they need to balance it out, right? So that's our job, to know the professors, to stay very close with the professors, and to make sure that we give the students a very clear and easy path through their learning path. Yeah, again, providing peer advice on next steps through their academic career. That's mostly what the advising is about. IUE student success. So basically, let me just skip through all this like that. Basically, our job here is to ensure that we provide academic support. We provide anything that the student needs outside of the classroom that will help them to progress academically and with their performance. That means that if a student comes to us or is sent to us by a professor because their English language skills are a little bit lower than they should be for the course, then we will work to find them either a peer mentor, and again, that peer mentor is somebody that we've vetted and we know that they've either taken the course or they've interviewed with us personally and they've shown that they are skillful and have expertise in the topic. And we really open it up to any course, any topic that the students need help in. We work really hard to find experts from every corner of the university, every college. Our head officer actually interviews at least one or two people from each specialization, as were mentioned previously, and will be mentioned by the colleges themselves. So we work hard to find students who need help, and a lot of that is actually even cold calling students, asking them how their semester is going, asking them, is there something we can help you with? Because as we all know, people don't always act so actively, and if somebody has an issue, they don't just come out and say, I have this issue, right? Even if it's just academic performance. So we try to reach out to them and ask them, and anytime that we get a bite on that line, we try to connect them with somebody who's either their peer or a professor who is an expert in the topic, so that they have an easier time. And that we always have to, specify that we're not doing the work for them. Much as you said, Carrie, they might be in the class or around the class or have taken the class. They're not doing the work for them, but they serve as something to, something to lean on in case there's any stress that comes from that academic side of things, right? And I should also mention that the services that we offer they're paid for the mentor and they're free for the mentee currently. So the student doesn't need to worry about whether or not they can afford the extra services. They're provided by the university. The AUE Counseling Center, Counseling and Disability Center, I'll just speak very briefly again. So students get help focusing on their goals. There's a lot of personal barriers that may or may not be related to academic performance. When a student comes to us and says, I have, this issue at home or with friends or what have you, and it's not necessarily that they need to just have a tutor or take an extra course or an extra session of a course. That's when they're happily sent or referred to Dr. Jahan, so she can work her magic with them. And of course, all of that work is done with the trust and the confidentiality that is expected from any institution or even any organization. So the students know if they sit down with Dr. Jahan or any other psychologist, they know that what they're saying is in confidence and it's not being shared. The library obviously is a pivotal part of any university, any learning institution. And so the library does more than just, and it says first things first, it says, you know, printed books and material, but it really does more than that. It offers the students a place to go where they can, they can study together. They can sit and just relax. It's, you know, university is it's a hectic place anyway. And, you know, even if you are not diagnosed on the autism spectrum, it's a hectic place and it can overwhelm you. So knowing that there's a place you can go, and I joke with students during orientation that you'll find a professor here and there, but really if you want a professor-free environment to study with your friends and sit and relax, usually those study rooms in the library will do it for you. I rarely ever see somebody of authority in there. So it really gives them a place to unwind, right? That's apart from the fact that they can access online material from there for their projects, their reports. If they're doing research, especially our master's students, it's a one-stop shop there for them. So it's more than just a pile of books on a shelf, right? I kept it nice and short. So if you have any questions, I feel like a lot of what we do, especially with the mentoring and the tutoring, could be adjusted and adapted very much to what you guys are, what your vision. When a student comes to us and says, "Doctor, I need help with, you know, whatever it is, whatever course it is, statistics." Okay, let me see if I can help you with that. You know, that might be very easily adapted to somebody who needs a little more structure than just the ad hoc. But I think we're definitely willing to go there if and when that situation arises. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tariq. Thank you. Dr. Hiba, Kathy, do you have any question or should we just move forward?
No, we shall go continue, please. Yes.
Okay, so I think now it's my turn to talk about the Office of Counseling a little bit. So let me just share with you the PowerPoint. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, great. So, okay, so my name is Dr. Jihad Mrabit. I'm a clinical psychologist, and I am the director of the Office of Counseling and Disability Services Center at the American University in the Emirates. Here is, as you can see, my office, the door of my office. So welcome to my world. So as you can see here, I just added this picture that is really talking about the spirit in our university. You can see here, for example, on the right of the slide, the student during an event of a club's event, they were just coloring a very beautiful picture with also a most beautiful message, which is do more of what makes you happy. All the students just went through the table. Everyone colored some aspect of that drawing. And then I used that drawing and I put it on my door, on my office door, because I think that it's really important to show the student that as the Office of Counseling, we care about them, we care about their contribution to the university, we care about their implication, we care about their support, and we are encouraging them to fulfill their need and to overcome their problems and to self-actualize, to actualize themselves. So that said, the vision of the Office of Counseling and Disability is to provide a proper guidance, I would say, to student. So proper guidance to student with better perception about their life that will lead to an efficient management of their growing process. The Office of Counseling will aim to enhance self-understanding and self-direction to students. We need the student to be independent. We need them to grow healthily. We need them to be creative. We need to be some models for them. And we need to help them reducing the barrier between themselves, between the themselves and the knowledge, themselves and other people around them, themselves and the environment, themselves and any challenge that they could encounter during their knowledge process. So the goals, our goals at the Office of Counseling and Disability are, first of all, to enhance the academic and work performance of the student through implementing the positive mental health mentality and environment, improving personal and social development for the student with also actively participating to the inclusive education. This is one of the most important parts. So we at the Office of Counseling, we are providing people with determination with the appropriate accommodation, facilitating learning process and ensuring equal opportunity for all the students. We also we are very concerned about building an effective independency and responsibility among the young adult to develop their ability, aptitudes, and opportunity, and consolidate the links also between faculty, staff, parent, and student. So for us, we do really believe that that kind of network is very important. We shouldn't take faculty alone or take staff alone or parent alone or student alone. All of these characters are contributing to the student development and the student success. So it's very important for us to let them talk with each other, to let them interact with each other, to let them come out with innovative and very interesting strategies and solutions in order to help students succeed in their future endeavors. And of course, all of this is done with confidentiality, with full respect of confidentiality. This is what Dr. Tariq highlighted. So at our office, we do have some information that needs to be provided in an administrative way, but these information are just about normal, regular diagnosis, but nothing about the very private life of the person. Any student that come in my office knows 100% that whatever he will tell me will stay between me and him, unless, of course, I can see that there is a need for me to say something outside, to report something to the outside. And in that case, of course, it's discussed with the student and we have his agreement before doing anything. So we never do things on his behind or on his back. He needs to understand the full situation, and he needs also to take responsibility for whatever is happening in his life and for the choices he is taking. Psychological awareness also is very, very important for us, and we are at the as the Office of Counseling and Disability, we are working on psychological awareness a lot. So first of all, when the student come to the university on the first day, when they register for the first time at the university, they have a form they have to fill, and in that form, at the end, they have a question, a very interesting question, that are just proposing them or suggesting them to meet the Office of Counseling and Disability if they need so. So it's very important to show them that there is an office here that can take care of your challenges, that can help you go through your challenges. And we give them also a room to discuss if they went through past challenges, if they are going through some challenges. And here, of course, they will be, they can discuss the problem with us. They can provide us with some reports so that we can add them to the list of special accommodation students, and we can make, of course, their journey through academic path better. We are offering also workshops to students. These are just some of the workshops that we are offering. Transition to university. Every student coming from a high school and just starting his very first semester or second semester at the university will be required to attend a workshop about transition to university, where we are explaining all the challenges of the university, how the environment of the high school and university are different, what is the extra, I would say, effort or the new strategy that the students should adopt in order to adapt to the university life. And of course, here we're introducing the psychological awareness and the different centers that can help the student fulfill their journey through the academic path. We offered also stress management workshop, personality workshop. So here, personality workshop, we're just helping the student to understand who they are, and we help them also to understand how the others are, learn how somehow to read other persons around them and to enhance their communicational skills. And of course, we're offering also we offered also stage fright workshops in order to help the student overcoming their fears, overcoming their the lack of self-confidence, how to deal with that, how to be more confident, how to talk to people, how to convince people, how to negotiate with people. So all of these skills are very, very important and are a very important part of our work at the university. We do also deliver workshops for faculty, and some of the workshops that we delivered were about classroom management and psychology of student in difficulty. So it's important also for us to help the faculty to be aware about the difficulty that the student may go through, to start reading, I would say, the first sign of strain or challenges, psychological challenges among students, to not marginalize them, so that no misunderstanding will happen, so that they understand that, for example, this kind of sign would probably mean that the student is going through a problem. And at that level, they can just refer the student to our office, and we take the work from there. And that was really, really effective, honestly, with all my colleagues. I'm very, very happy that it was really successful. Since we provided those workshops, the referral has been working very, very effectively. And many faculty were just talking to us and contacting the Office of Counseling and Disability in order to address student difficulties. And we were taking over from them and continuing helping the student until he overcome his problem. We are also visiting general education courses. So general education courses at our university are I would say, the courses that every student has to take, no matter what program he's enrolled in. And those courses are well known to, first of all, to be bigger classes, so that you can target a bigger audience. And also, these classes, most of the time, these are the very first classes that the student will enroll in when they first started their journey at the university. So it's the best way for us to make this link, to contact the student and to let them know that we're here for them. Class teaching also is a very good opportunity for me to spread psychological awareness, because I'm also teaching at the College of Education. I'm teaching psychological classes, and general psychology class is a general education course. So I have so many students, and it's always for me a very good opportunity to spread awareness about the Office of Counseling, to help reducing, let's say, the distance and the fear of the student whenever, or the stigma about psychological awareness, so that the student know more about it, the student are free to talk. And it has been really, really effective. Also, many of my students that I already have in class are approaching me. They are also serving as a peer support with their friend. They are encouraging their friend to come to the Office of Counseling. So that strategy was also very, very effective, enhancing the psychological awareness. We are also doing many club events that are happening, enhancing the psychological awareness. Like for example, I'm the advisor of the Happiness and Wellbeing Club, and that club is very important because it's at the same time fun, but also really interesting for a student to understand more about people, to understand more about tolerance, about acceptance, about helping each other, about how to be creative, how to listen to each other, how to be empathic, how to have humor, and what kind of humor we can use with which person, communication skills. So all of these things are I would say, practice it in our Happiness and Wellbeing Club. But we don't only have Happiness and Wellbeing Club at the university. We have many other clubs that the students are really, really enjoying. And probably my colleagues, when they will do their presentation, they can just tell you if they're advisor of some of these clubs, or they can just tell you few words about these clubs, because it's a very, very important part of the university setting. Finally, to just go through some settings. So in our university, we have approximately, I joined it in 2018, and during these 2 years, I would say, we have approximately 4% of our students are having psychological difficulty and are contacting the Office of Counseling, while 2% of the whole population are listed on our special accommodation student, and these are students with disabilities. And as you can see here, as displayed on that slide, we have some statistics. So you can see that, for example, the students that are suffering from anxiety disorder are the most spread among our population, with 22%. We have learning disability, 14%, physical disability, 13%, ADHD, 14%. We have also diabetes, 10%. We have depression, 4%, autoimmune disease, 4%, multiple sclerosis, 4%, and then we have post-traumatic stress disorder, 2%, chronic migraine, 2%, vision impairment, 2%, somatic disease, 2%, and autism, 2%, and also vision impairment and hearing impairment. So these are some of the disabilities or some of the special problems that the student are going through, and for which the student is requested, sorry, to bring a report, and he is filed on a list, and we are according him some special accommodation that will be listed just here. So the special accommodation the university is providing through the Office of Counseling and Disabilities are, first of all, individual and group counseling sessions. Faculty flexibility. So here the faculty are really helpful, changing the format of their assessment, working on the course delivery, being here during their office hours to provide extra time for the student to revise or to explain some concepts that the student cannot really, for example, couldn't really understand during class, or that the fact of being among other students made it difficult for him. We are also providing private room during exams, especially here for ADHD students that are having attention deficit problem. Extra time during exam, most likely for the anxiety disorder students that have anxiety disorder and students that have learning disabilities. We have deadline flexibility, so our office is all the time backing up the student, special accommodation student. We are contacting faculty. We are mediating between faculty and student in order to make their path into the academic life easier. We have also here the possibility for the student to be accompanied by a shadow teacher in cases of autism, for example. We have the ability also to resort to reader and a writer during exam. That was possible, and that was done with some student. And we also grant the possibility to answer exam question on laptop here, more likely for the student that have dysgraphia problem, or for example that have had injuries or some disabilities that doesn't really help them writing with a pen, so they just prefer doing it on a laptop. So here, as you can see, I just added some photos of our university life. How is it? So these photos, for example, were taken during UAE National Day. You can see the student and me. I'm here in these photos. Happiness activities. These are the student. That was the first picture on the right was taken in Warner Brothers in Abu Dhabi with some student. On the left, that was during the photo on the top was taken during the happiness club event. The one just the second one on the left was taken during Halloween event, also at the university. Here also this is also the happiness club event. And finally, I just want to say that AUE is a family where everyone is loved, accepted, and supported, and that your success and your happiness are our mission. Thank you very much. So
thank you very much, Janie. It's really exciting, and I wish I can go back to college days to enjoy what you're offering today. We didn't do that when we were students. We just had to study. So thank you very much, Janie. Anybody would like to ask any questions? We do have some parents on the group. So if anyone would like to contribute, or if you'd like, you can share your comments or questions on the chat box. Okay, so we can move on then.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. So I think now we can move on with the Dean of College of Business Administration, Professor Asim.
Hello. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. If you allow me, I will share my screen. I'll try to make it very short to give the floor for my colleagues, because we have 7 colleges, so I'm expecting 6 other speakers. So I will go through. If you allow me to share, please. Just a minute. I don't know what happened.
Sorry to interrupt, but we do have all the information required for each of the colleges. It was sent to us, and we would be sending it by email probably to all the participants. So if anyone would like to have more information about certain college, you can always email us, and we will provide you with the information needed.
I hope you can see my screen. Is it shared?
No.
Not yet.
I think, Dr. Jahan, you need to disable the sharing and share your screen.
Dr. Jahan, stop your sharing, please.
Okay, so if the technical responsible can help me in stopping it.
No, just stop it.
Just click on sharing screen, stop.
Okay, I will try to stop in my side. Okay.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember, we received one.
Yeah. Prof. Asim, okay.
Okay, it's there.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, good morning, everybody. Thank you for this interesting presentations from all the previous speakers. And now we will go for the scientific part of the education here. The first college, or the first presentation, will be from the College of Business Administration, and we call it CUBA. Each college in our university starts with C, College of Business Administration, or whatever. So in CUBA, we have actually 8 specializations. We have 1 bachelor program and 2 graduate programs. The bachelor program covers 8 specializations. We have accounting, finance, we have business management, human resources, marketing, and we have very specializations here: insurance and risk management. Also, we have we have hospital and healthcare management, and we have logistic and supply chain management. So 5 traditional specializations and 3 very remarkable specializations related to the insurance, related to the hospital and healthcare, and related to the logistics and supply chain. And very low number of universities offer the same specializations, but you cannot find insurance and risk management in other university, only in our university. And 2 other universities offer the logistic and supply chain. So this is the main structure of the program. And also we have a specialization in equipment management. It might be one of our specialization. We have another specialization related to the cryptocurrency, and we might offer another specialization in business economics. So 3 newborn specialization will be joined, inshallah, maybe in this September, maybe next September, but it's almost ready specializations. And if I'm saying that traditional specializations like accounting, finance, business management, but in each specialization we try to be very modern. We try to include all the recent topics, all the recent technology when we teach the students. So in Cuba, or in the university in general, we relied on the case studies, we relied on the simulation, we relied on the communication with the market in each specialization, even if the specialization is a traditional one. So we can divide the plan or the journey of the students into three main parts. The first part is the general education part, and this part delivered by the general education, the education college, and my colleague will speak about this in details. And this includes like 11 or 12 courses. And after this, we go directly to the core courses for the college. And the core courses include 16 different courses in different specializations from different perspective to the business world. It covers the economy, it covers the organizational behavior, it covers all the modeling courses like quantitative analysis, like production management. It covers also the main part of the business, which is the international business and strategic management. So we have 16 courses. Through these 16 courses, we prepare the student for the specialization courses. After the 16 courses, the students start his journey with the specialization. But generally speaking, the student can start his specialization courses in specialization starting from the 4th semester or the 5th semester at most. So he can do both of them in parallel to finish within the 3.5 years or 4 years at most. And for the specialization, we have the first one, which is the accounting. And I don't want to go in details of this, but accounting is the most sought after the area of interest for many business graduates. This is, all of us know the accounting, and it's a challenging part to learn new things or new trends if you know. And most of the students now taking courses in the high school in accounting. So we start from their basic information, and we keep going in the specialization. And in the next one is the finance one. Also, finance is very famous, and students came to know what about finance. They understand what is the finance. But when we come to the university again, we take over from their basic information from the accounting, and we build up on this to reach the high-level courses in the 400-level courses or the last semester. And next one is the insurance and risk management. And this specialization, as I told you, is a very interesting one and very rare specialization. And it gives the students a huge information about the insurance specialization. And also the courses in the specialization covers a lot of information about the risk management. It at the end of the program for the insurance students, they got a lot of information about the field, and they got a lot of experience also about the field, because as I told you, we depend on the case studies, we depend on the communication with the insurance company, and we used to invite guest speakers in our classes and field trips for our students. The next one is the business management, was the main or the backbone of the program. And in the business management, concentration on the leadership skills, the planning, how to build up a business plan, how to build up a strategic plan, how to build up a project plan. So we have a special course in project management, and this course based on the PMP background. So the students can continue with the PMP based on this course, and we have an equalization for our students as a university for the PMP certificate, and the student can join immediately the exam, the final exam, after taking our course. Also, the human resources And this is one of the most important specializations also, because every company, every organization, they have to have Department for Human Resources, and Department for Human Resources is the main department to deal with the employees and to deal with even the new hiring, housing, healthcare, everything related to the employees. The human resources can do it. So in our program also, we have this specialization, and this specialization covers almost all the required information to build a very high skilled student in this field. Again, we have another one, the e-commerce and marketing, and we can call it the digital marketing, because everything in this specialization related to the technology or the digital marketing, and we have faculty members highly qualified in this field, and usually all the courses end up with the practical projects from the market, and we have a lot of students. They did a lot of perfect projects in this field, practical projects in this field, and many of our students got some rewards in this field based on their experience after the courses. Also, we have the hospital and healthcare management, which is very rare one, very important one, and we have a very specialized faculty member also, and she used to equip our students by practical experience through visiting the hospitals, working with the doctors, working with the admin staff there in the hospitals, and even they used to produce the projects, the final projects for the high-level courses based on practical work in different hospitals in Dubai. The logistical supply chain management, which is the best field from my perspective for me, yani, because this is near to my specialization. It's one of the most important also specializations, how to mentor, or how to control, how to manage the logistics, how to manage the supply chain. And supply chain, very simple description for the supply chain, how to control the relation from the farmer to the customer, from the farmer to the customer, how to manage this supply chain, how to improve it, how to reduce the production cost, how to reduce the chain cost, and to increase the chain value. So everything related to this field almost covered in the 11 courses which is offered in these specializations. And again, if each course, high-level course, ended by a project, practical projects, and our students used to do these projects with the market. I'm taking more time. 2 minutes to finish. 2 minutes. 1 minute. Okay, fine. So, of course, to join this specialization or this program, you need to have some skills, and most of the skills are needed for all the specialization or the colleges, like critical thinking should be there, problem solving should be there, decision making should be there, effective oral and written communication. Effective oral and written communication is very, very important. And group work, teamwork is very important also to join the college and to enjoy the study in the college. And leadership, if you can train yourself for this leadership through specialist people, of course, this will help you to continue in the college and in the program. And how to think out of the books, and don't forget to think in the books also. So you have to think in both sides with both skills. And the most important part is the time management. Time management is very, very important skill requested in our college and in our program. Time management starting from attending the classes, meeting the professors, and the most important part, how to manage your time in the exam. It's very important to learn to have some extra skills. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry. I took a lot of time. I'm so sorry. The last thing, we have two graduate programs. One of them, Master of Business Administration, and the other one, Master of Sports Management. And this is also sports management. It's a unique program. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Asim. Thank you very much for your very clear and concise presentation. You have a lot of specialties at the College of Business Administration, I know.
Yes.
So yeah, we need to give it some time to explain to our audience what are the different specialties that we have. Thank you. If you allow me, Professor Absattar, please, I would like just to ask Dr. Nahla to step in first, because she will have to leave very soon. She has an interview. So she will be very concise. She's my colleague. She's the chair of the College of Education. So she can leave and I will be there answering any question requested regarding College of Education, if you don't mind. Okay? Thank you. Dr. Nahla?
Yes.
Please.
I'm sharing my screen. Okay. I'm sorry for this interrupt, Professor Absattar. I'm so sorry, but you know, I have a busy schedule today. So let me start, okay? I'm going to talk about the College of Education. In College of Education, we have 3 programs. One of them is the active, is classified as the active one, which is Educational Psychology and Counseling. The other 2 programs, we are going to restructure them and replace them with a new program, which is a Bachelor in Special Education. But we are just applying the proposal to the Ministry of Education. We are waiting for the approval to start this program. Okay, so I'm going to discuss more about the current program, which is educational psychology. Educational psychology and counseling, this is a field that focuses on how people learn, how we can recall information, how we can store them, and we can use them in any education setting. When we are talking about any education setting, we are talking about like university, college, even kindergarten, whatever, any educational setting, okay? So we are focusing on how to deal with any problem that may hinder your learning process. So we are focusing about teaching, learning, assessment, all of these that will enhance your learning during your education trip. And we are focusing on the social cognitive and the emotional cognitive as well. Okay, in our program, we have this is the structure of our program. We have 42 courses, which is equal to 26 credit hours. They are distributed in 4 categories: the general courses, core courses, specialization, and free elective courses for students. So students have the freedom to choose any 3 electives to earn this degree, okay? And this is the list of the core courses. Most of them are educational because this is educational psychology and counseling. It's a mix between education and psychology. So we are using all issues or psychological issues related to education. How we can employ psychology in education to help our students to be best learners. So we are focusing on foundation of education, introduction to educational administration, and many things like introduction to school counseling, inclusive education. This is an amazing course. It teaches students how to deal with all students with disabilities. It's a very rich one. And also we have school curriculum. All of these are built on how to use psychological principles, concepts in your education. And this is the list of specialization courses. We have 7 of them. like psychology, school psychology, theories of individual counseling, learning, behavioral problems, and education, many specializations. And at the end of the trip, the student is required to have a practicum, which lasts for 1 semester, 280 credit hours the student should spend on a site. And then there is a capstone. This is the graduation project, and this should be something that's rich to reflect that all the experiences and the learning experiences that the student already attained during his program. And this is after earning this degree, I mean, what I should expect to have. I should expect to be a school psychologist or special education teacher, a career counselor, a learning specialist, education trainer, student support specialist. All of them are related to employing or utilizing psychology in education to enhance teaching and learning. Many places, both the governmental or the private sectors, the students can find jobs over there, like community organizations or private clinics, colleges and universities like Dr. Jihan, but this requires higher degree than bachelor's. And to join this program, we require our students to have specific skills. And also during our courses, we focus on developing these skills in our students because we expect them to be special education teachers or counselors. So we need them to have a genuine interest in understanding others, how to help them cope their problems, especially during their education field. Self-awareness and reflection, flexibility, ability to listen. We need them to be a good listener. Sense of humor, because since you are talking about psychology, counseling, special needs, that means we have problems. So we need to have sense of humor. You shouldn't be like serious all the time because you have to relate to people. So if you are going to relieve someone or help him, you should like make it like simple to him. You have to simplify it as much as you can. So we need them to have sense of humor and empathy with them, which is good, and strong assessment skills. So assessment will help them to measure to which extent they achieve their goals, they meet their objectives, and they are doing well. The more you do assessment or evaluate your work, the more you can improve it or enhance it in the future. At the end, we need them to be organized because you're gonna deal with many cases, many situations, and you have to have lots of files, lots of details, so you should be organized not to miss anything. During teaching these courses, we have guest speakers. We invite external guest speakers to enrich our students' knowledge, and we take them to different field trips, different sites, such as like Rashid Center for Determined Ones. We took them last semester with Dr. Jihan, and we went to the Dubai Statistics Centers to learn more about how to do research related to students with special needs. Any questions?
Thank you very much, Dr. Nahla. Thank you. I think we're going to leave the question for the end. We need to just speed up a little bit. Thank you very much for your presentation.
You're welcome. I'm sorry for interrupting
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Professor Abd Sattar.
Yes.
Can you please take the lead? So Professor Abd Sattar is the Dean of the College of Security and Global Studies, a very serious college.
Yes.
So we're waiting for him, inshallah, to share with us and to explain a little bit more about the program. Yes, we can see it.
Okay, you can see it. Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good morning. Still we are in the morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm talking about the College of Security and Global Studies, which is a unique college in the region. It's really a college that is not exist in any country in the region. It is a unique and a pioneer college which contains one program for bachelor with 4 specialization and the 3 master programs, and I'm going to talk about that. In AUE, the American University in the Emirates, looks into security from its broader concepts. Among these we are not talking about security as policing or something else. We are talk about food security, water security, space security, homeland security, border security, environmental security, information security, cyber security, nuclear security, hotel security, complex security, smart city security, human security, biological security, stadium security, safety and security, road security, transportation security, war security, and peace and negotiation. And these are among others, which I cannot go through. So in the college, we are not concerned with security in the sense that many people, they know, but in its broader concepts, which we are preparing students. So the student can write his dissertation on food security or any of these topics. The college is a pioneer and unique college established to serve the United Arab Emirates through the American University in the Emirates, and the college programs provide practical knowledge and research experience to its faculty and the students. It aims to reach an academic and research excellence locally, regionally, and internationally in accordance with the vision of the strategic framework of the American University in the Emirates, and to prepare leaders with diverse cognitive abilities and capabilities. Students are educated in a multinational learning environment and practice multidisciplinary approach. If we will go to the program, especially the bachelor program, it is a multidisciplinary approach connected with political sciences, international relations, security, with management, with many other. Even Dr. Jihan, she is teaching a course about some human psychological something. Okay.
Disaster psychology.
Yes, and students learn firsthand to shape security, strategy, diplomacy, information analysis, and the future studies through shared knowledge and experience at the American University in the Emirates. The college mission is to offer a unique, quality accredited academic programs. And when we say unique, honestly, they are unique in the region. Not only in the region, in the MENA, I mean, in the whole الوطن العربي جميعا, the Arab countries. And apart from Naif University for Arab Naif University for security studies, we are the only university in the region with very unique programs for undergraduate and postgraduate, and these are responsive to the constantly changing needs of the characteristics of the specialized job markets, to provide hard and soft skills to the students, helping them contribute to the United Arab Emirates vision and to the international community. The goals are to create a community of global culture through the culture of United Arab Emirates, create a multi-dimensional and multidisciplinary strategic and security culture adopted according to the current emerging needs on the 21st century, while creating a community of tolerance and happiness through stability and security, because there will no development, no stability without security. So here is the most important security. We work operational efficiency in meeting the global and strategic challenges for the 21st century by providing simulating management, leadership, decision-making, and multi-level exercises and scenarios. The methodology approach current the future research in the related fields of strategy, security, and other diplomacy. Enhance part of AUA and lead on with a new generation of strategic and security experts, creating leaders and decision makers. And we have innovative foresight and offer UAE a global strategic hub of opinion for sustainable development. And of course, as I said, without security, we cannot reach any sustainable development. So I'm going to talk first about the Bachelor in Security and Strategic Studies. This is a unique program with 4 specializations, and this specialization in crisis management communications. And really, we are now living in a crisis of this pandemic, Corona, and the communications are most important in this crisis management. So we are focusing on this field, and crisis management is not only in security fields, in police or military or army or other authorities. However, it is in our layered life. I might have crisis with my wife and how I can going to manage this crisis. So here we are developing a comprehensive background in multidisciplinary fields for the student, and then he will specialize in crisis management communication. The other is disaster management, and we are educating students how to help people during disaster, and might be it is a natural disaster or it is a human-made disaster. War. This is Corona, COVID-19. We don't know whether it is a human-made disaster or is a natural disaster. Until now, it is not clear whether this virus is come. Okay, emergency management in any organization, whether it is a security organization or should be an emergency plan, and we are educating a student to train them to develop emergency plans during the emergency cases. And last is risk management, and of course, risk management is a very important specialization, which is a multidisciplinary concept in financial. I think Cuba is teaching this risk management from financial concepts. In our college, we are teaching the students risk management from the security concepts. So how we, and there are the admission, I'm not going to talk because Mr. Ali had presented a very comprehensive things. The bachelor, it is, we will, the structure of the program contains general education courses, core courses, specialization courses, and the 3 electives. And now we give more focus on the core courses. The 57 credit hours have been changed to 72 credit hours of core courses. And here we have a study plan. So the courses are distributed among 4 years. So the student will be able to finish their study. They will be able to do it in 3 years, in fact, if they are an excellent student. However, for normal students, we distributed the courses to be finished in 4 years. And we are giving them the general education, we give them comparative politics, we give them security and environmental politics, we give them geopolitics and international relations, we give them theoretical basics of security and strategic studies, and some other. We give them catastrophe sciences, we give them many other disaster management and special topics in security. There are many courses, and we give them even courses in world history, in geography, which are most important for security people. So the crisis management specialization emphasizes communications and crisis management, crisis learning and the management, and effective communication skills in a challenging environment. And this specialization is designed to meet the needs of the GCC and the Middle East countries in this area, taking into account the multidisciplinary approach of crisis management. The specialization contributes to the the preparation of strategic and security experts. We are trying to prepare the student to work as a strategic and security experts who can play an important role in the during and after the crisis.
Sorry, Professor Abtattar, sorry, Professor Asim, or please can you mute your mic?
Sorry. Yeah, sure. Okay. I'm sorry.
So,
I'm sorry.
To be honest, the program has a very now it is a structure that we have all the students. They study 72 credit hours as a core courses, and then we give them 5 courses specialized in crisis management communication. So they're special. We will focus on crisis management communication, crisis management and business continuation, and intergovernmental crisis and security management, crisis psychology and mental health, which is given normally by Dr. Jian. And then we give them a capstone graduation project in area of crisis. They have to submit write and present a graduation project in the field, in one of the field of the crisis management. The other is disaster management. This specialization envisions a wide variety of expected or unexpected events. We don't know. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala قال وما تدري نفس ماذا تكسب غدا وما تدري نفس بأي أرض تموت. We don't know. We don't know whether we are going to meet face to face or not. So this disaster we are living in, that we variety of expected or unexpected events that request security effectiveness and strategic planning ahead for possible crisis. So we are training students to work in a very when you are facing a disaster or a crisis, you have to work under stress. So here it is very important that the student should be able to work under stress, under pressure, I mean. It also requires continual contingency planning, of course, in case of unexpected disaster that range from natural to man-made. And this specialty encompasses analysis of the causes was this disaster, because sometimes the disaster, what nuclear explosion is a disaster. This a war is a disaster. How a crisis occurs and the short and long-term consequences of these to be avoided or averted. Also, we will focus on courses, give the student what is disaster management and how we can deal with disasters, catastrophe sciences, economics of natural disaster. Of course, as you know, any disaster will have a great impact on the economy, the national and international economy. And incidents response and disaster recovery, how we are going to respond to any incident and how we will recover that. These are we are giving students doses in these, how we respond to any incidents, chemical explosion, water pollution, whatever it is. These are incidents and how we are going to recover these. And of course, at the end, they have to submit a project, graduation project they write in this field. Of course, you know, the phases of disaster management, we have to the preparedness and response phase. We have to prepare the people for that, and we have to respond to this disaster, and we have to recover from that, and then we have to mitigate the impact of this disaster. Okay. The other one, which is other specialization,
Professor
is
Absattar,
yes.
Excuse me. Can you just please conclude as soon as possible, because we're running
Yes,
out of time.
I have only
Sorry.
the emergency management. Any enterprise have emergency. They have an emergency plan, how to manage human capital resources against the crisis, and important. And we have the emergency also specialization, emergency management, community preparedness, response and recovery, prevention and planning. We have to do some prevention and planning. We have to do some contingency planning in this one, and this one, emergency prevention and mitigation, and we prepare the people, then we respond to and we recover from that one. The risk management is the, we have to mitigate the risk for sustainable growth, and this is very important specialization. And I was planning since last year to have multidisciplinary courses with the College of Business, and of course information security with CCIT. And I talked to the dean of CCIT, and I hope that we will work on a course called information security. And risk management also, we will give a student risk management, risk and mitigation, enterprise risk management, risk analysis, and they write a course in that. And at the end, a student needs to have a background, skills, and characteristics. I don't go to skills more than my colleagues said, but we need a background in history and geography. They are very important. We need a Microsoft and PowerPoint, because they have to write and present research. They need excellent English language, because in security it's very important. International studies, and we also recommend that these English skills. Also, the characteristic is we need a robust hard work ethics is essential, because you are working in disaster, in crisis, in emergency, so you need to work hard work ethics and genuine interest of studies in this. And we need discipline. The discipline is very important in discipline. Mentality is very important in security and diplomacy. They are very also important in English, but these are. And we, of course, because he's going to work or she's going to work in security and the global studies, analytical skills are very important things. And of course, we need skill building. We have skill building courses, but we need students. Also, we have graduate programs, Master of Diplomacy. We have graduated so far more than 250 students in diplomacy, and prepare them to work in diplomat or in any organization with the protocols. Master in Security and the Global, this one, Master in Security and Strategic Studies, Master in Security and Strategic Studies, and Master in Security Studies and Information Analysis. And this really is a Master in Intelligence. However, because here the CIA, they give us the Master in Security Studies and Information Analysis, but they didn't give the name of Master in Intelligence for its sensitive word. So these are, we have now more than 60, I think 60 this semester. In spring semester, we have 60 students. In fall, only in fall, we have graduated 35 master students, which they have 17 have wrote thesis and 18 have choose the non-thesis track. Because here in the first two master programs, the student either can write a thesis or I can choose non-thesis track and just study 36 credit hours. And the college is, as I said, is a unique, is a pioneer college, and I wish that we can prepare leaders for security and strategies for UAE and the region and internationally. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Abdel Sattar. Thank you very much. Professor Dr. Amr, can you please move on? And please, I'm kindly requesting the intervention and presentation to be very short. We're running out of time.
You took your time,
yeah, we have a lot of colleges, so mashallah, there is a lot to say, but unfortunately we are just limited.
Okay.
Please, Dr. Amr. Dr. Amr, we can't hear you. Is your mic muted? We can't hear you. No, we can't hear you at all. No.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Okay, I changed the camera, sorry. I'm trying just to share, my desktop. Now it's shared or not?
Yeah, it is shared already.
Yes,
okay. It is, okay. Thank you so much, Jihan. Thank you for this initiative. Thank you for Maharat. Thank you for my colleagues. Let me start by asking you a question. I will give you names and I will ask you what do the following names have in common, right? I will give you the name Margaret Thatcher, Barack Obama, Mahatma Gandhi, Abraham Lincoln, Franklin Roosevelt, Richard Nixon, and who else? Bill Clinton. The question is, what do the following names have in common? The question is for all, by the way. Jihan, do you have an answer?
They're leaders.
Of course, they are leaders. And what else?
Graduate of law school.
Oh, exactly. Each one studied or practiced law before becoming president. All of them, they were studied law before. And let me start by talking about the mission of my college. Actually, my name is Amr. I'm professor of law. I'm associate dean for the College of Law. My colleague, Dr. Nasser, he's the program director. He's with us. And I will do my presentation in English. Let me start with the mission of the college. Actually, let me clarify at the beginning that the College of Law consists of two main departments. We have Department of Bachelor Law and we have Department of Graduate Studies. This Department of Graduate Studies contains four, as my colleague Mr. Ali said, that contains four master programs. We have master program in criminal science, we have master program in sports law, we have master program in IP or intellectual property, and we have master program in arbitration. My college also offers a distinguished study plan that responds to the need of the UAE community and aims to at developing its human resources. The language of instruction in my college of law is Arabic, with a number of courses being taught in English. All programs offered at the College of Law are recognized by, as Mr. Ali said, recognized by Ministry of Higher Education. Actually, the mission of my college is to prepare distinctive legal cadres, scientifically and practically, to be equipped with the skills and value necessary for the exercise of the legal profession. This is the mission of my college. For the goals of my college, let's go to the goals of my college. Actually, we have at the College of Law, we have a lot of goals and objectives, and we are doing our best in order to achieve these goals. Number one, we have the goal to provide students with the basic theoretical legal themes and principles, and to extend to the student an environment which is both stimulating and challenging, where they can grasp the characteristics, discourse, features of the various branches of law, and of course to develop students' research skills in various branches of law. This is the goals and objectives for the College of Law. Let's go to the question, why study law? This is a question I think all students have to ask themselves. Why we have to study law? I asked at the beginning of my presentation, what is the common between those personalities? Not necessary to study law to being a president, but we have another goals that we try to achieve. Why we study law? Number one, we have a lot of benefits. We have a lot of benefits for being a lawyer or for studying law. Number one, strong foundation for further or combined academic studies. Many courses at the College of Law enables students to combine their legal studies with businesses or accounting, and by combining law with a range of non-law degrees. Number two, why we need to study law? Actually, second reason is multitude of career options. Other than becoming a lawyer, law graduates are desirable candidates for various fields such as media, media and law, such as academia, such as commerce, such as industry and social work, politics, and more. You will find that studying law can take you just about anywhere. Number three, master critical thinking, strong reasoning, and analytical skills. Why we need law? We need law because the power to make a difference through law. You may have a strong sense of justice and you wish to improve the defects in the system. Studying law offers you, of course, the legal education and the qualification to ultimately make that significant change. I will go to the second slide about skills and qualities required to study law. I think this is a fair question. What are the skills? What are the skills and the qualities required to study law? Actually, let me clarify at the beginning that studying law requires a number of skills, and this is very important to know that. It is intellectually challenging, but also highly rewarding. Here is a list of I will mention a list of skills where we think are most important for being successful law student. Number one, we have to understand that you have a thirst for knowledge. Although law is sometimes portrayed as a dull subject, however, the reality couldn't be further from the truth. Law is in fact a very varied subject affecting every aspect of our life. Number two, what are the skills? Excellent communication skills. This is very important to know that good written and verbal communication is very important to study law. A significant part of your college will be assisted by a way of written examinations and coursework. And number three, independent learner. Studying law requires dedication. This is very important. I will repeat it again. Studying law requires dedication. You must be able to motivate yourself to study, take the initiative when required, and learn to plan your time and meet deadlines. And as my colleagues Abdel Sattar said, he mentioned the term teamwork, and I will repeat the same word, teamwork. Of course, whilst you need the ability to work independently, you also need to be a team player. And the last skills I will mention, of course, the research skills. Of course, contrary to what your friend or your family might believe, that the minute you start law school, nobody knows everything about the law. Whilst you are not expected to know everything, you are expected to know how to find the information you need. Legal research is therefore key. So resources are increasingly electronic, so good computer skills are a real bonus. And the last slide is what can you do with a law degree? What can you do with a law degree? You can do a lot. As I mentioned, you can do a lot. Actually, a law degree is as a gateway. I repeat again, it's a gateway to a career as a solicitor, as a barrister, but it's not only the path you can choose. Many options are available to you behind the legal profession. You can be arbitrator, you can be the detective, you can be mediator, you can be consultant, you can be lecturer in higher education, you can be claim inspector tax, you can be inspector civil service, etc., etc. So I encourage you to join my college. Me and all my colleagues will be very happy to help you, and we are ready to answer any question from your side. Thank you, Jihan. Thank you again, Maharat. Thank you, my colleagues.
Thank you very much, Professor Ahmed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We should move very quickly with the College of Media and Mass Communication. Ms. Razan and Dr. Wala, are you ready? Ms. Razan?
Yes,
Dr.
I'm ready.
Okay. Please, can you make it very short, and we can just avoid talking about the courses and all these aspects. They will have all the details in the brochure, since we don't have a lot of time. Thank you.
Sure. Okay. Okay. My screen is shared.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Hi, my name is Razan. I'm a professor here at the College of Media and Mass Communication. With me is Dr. Wala as well. And we're going to give you a very brief look at our college. Our college is in development for creating programs that enhance and simplify communication and connectivity. Our mission is basically to educate students in the knowledge and skills necessary for future careers in media, and we are trying to develop programs that help them acquire knowledge and skills in this industry that is constantly moving and constantly changing. And communication is a big part of our lives, so we try to keep up, and it's constantly changing, but it's a very important college. It's a very important set of programs that help people function in modern day society, which is highly reliant on communication. These are our undergraduate programs. We offer programs such as international relations, integrated marketing communications, public relations, and public relations in Arabic as well, and multimedia and TV. Multimedia and TV is basically a program for creative students, storytellers, dynamic people who want to build a career in television and digital media. And we like to harness creative ability and storytelling ability into a viable career in the media industry here. The main focus is for students to develop their skills not only in the theory of communicating in media and TV, but also in practical elements. So this is a very practical program that relies a lot on the use of industry equipment and softwares and things like that. It's very practical with very practical courses. We need skillful storytellers. Everybody has a story to tell, but there is an ability to tell a story very well. And the need for these people is emerging in the GCC and everywhere in the world, especially in the Arab world. And this degree helps provide the students with the tools to acquire these skills and to tell their stories in a digital media format. The students are coached to develop and create and critique contents for film, TV programs, documentaries, ads, and video content that goes on multiple platforms, because now everything now is sort of merged together into digital media, online, TV, and even film. The ultimate idea is to develop and refine their qualities in collaborating and networking and managing projects, which is a very stressful thing, but there's a lot of teamwork, and creating digital video content, film, and TV is a collaborative effort. The skills that we cover and the different courses that we give, we cover screenwriting, producing and planning, so budgeting and scheduling, cinematography and videography, and using, camera equipment and audio equipment, video and audio editing using softwares, professional softwares for nonlinear editing, interview skills, and of course, storytelling and communication. I'll hand it over to Dr. Wala for integrated marketing communication. Yeah, so integrated marketing communication is a specialization designed to provide unified, I will just move this here because I can't see the Yeah, bring it to the top right corner like I did.
Yeah, designed to provide a unified targeted market message through tools such as marketing, advertising, personal selling, branding, and sales promotion. So this specialization mainly concentrate on enhancing or improving the students' skills in forming advertising, forming the creative work to announce about new products or such as products or awareness campaigns and these social marketing issues. The integrated so this program is delivered both with a local and international framework, giving students the opportunity to gain an appreciation of national and international perspectives on many aspects of professional life. This includes awareness of regional and international digital media context, cultural inclusivity, exposure to international communication and marketing perspectives, and familiarity with the crossover of various types of communication. The academic bedrock of this specialization allows a clear understanding of communication rules in advertising and marketing in the context of a career-oriented choice of integrating marketing communication for students. Yes, we still with the IMC specialization that allows students to that this is the main let's see main skills that students will learn in this specialization, that think creatively, providing culture and ethical intelligence, and demonstrate critical understanding of integrated marketing communication tools, comprehend and apply the theories of IMC to global media strategies and practice, and interpret advertising campaigns and strategies based upon customer behavior analysis as well.
Okay, so moving on to public relations. So public relations is a very important and a very highly employable program because it really influences the activities in our lives inescapably. Public relations is the practice of managing the release and spread of information between an individual or an organization and the public. And it's all about not just media communication, but the control and the modification of media communication in a way that benefits a brand or an individual or an organization. This program equips students with the skills to obtain positions in a variety of organizations. They can become business entrepreneurs, public relations officers, policy analysts, market researchers, lawyers even, and as well as positions in the education center. The core idea of the program is to develop the students' understanding in the field of communication, along with real-world experience in writing, research, campaign planning, as well as preparing the students to apply problem-solving skills, which is a big skill that comes out of public relations program. In addition to the internship requirements, these skills will assist students to accurately access ideas and construct answers to complex theoretical questions. It helps them develop logical arguments based on empirical evidence. The courses basically cover the skills and help the students to develop multidisciplinary and multitasking skills, so doing a lot of things at the same time, develop very excellent controlled communication, acquire knowledge in public relations strategy, management, and implementation techniques, and also, which is very interesting, develop a positive attitude even when working with broader negative issues, which helps them basically become problem solvers in their career and in their life. We also offer PR in Arabic, which Dr. Wala can explain.
Yes, can I explain it in Arabic as well? احنا عندنا برنامج للعلاقات العامة باللغة العربية، والحقيقة البرنامج ده كان طلب من وزارة التعليم العالي. طبعا احنا American University but يعني they asked us أو هم طلبوا مننا إن إحنا نعمل البرنامج العربي علشان نلبي احتياج السوق، لأنه احتياجات سوق العمل، لأنه مش كل الطلاب بيطلعوا يشتغلوا في ال PR companies or organizations in English. في كتير من المؤسسات بتتعامل باللغة العربية، فكان الحقيقة ده الهدف من إنشاء برنامج اللغة العربية وخاصة في تخصص العلاقات العامة. طبعا الطلاب بيدرسوا العديد من الكورسات أو بيتعلموا مهارات كتير، منها التخطيط الاستراتيجي، تنظيم الحملات الإعلامية، إدارة الأزمات، كتابة العلاقات العامة، بيتعلموا أخلاقيات العلاقات العامة والقوانين اللي بتحكم العمل في هذا المجال. ممكن غزان yes next slide. طبعا الطلاب بعد دراستهم او اتمام دراستهم لتخصص العلاقات العامه بيقدروا ان هم يشتغلوا في اي من المؤسسات، سواء الحكوميه او سواء المؤسسات القطاع الخاص او حتى المؤسسات الدوليه، لان هم بيدرسوا العلاقات العامه الدوليه. طبعا بيتعلموا في القسم مهارات كتير، منها الكتابه، منها مهارات الاتصال الشخصي face to face communication، وايضا الاتصال الجماهيري ومخاطبه الجماهير عن طريق كتابه الاخبار الاذاعيه او الكتابه الصحفيه، او مثلا تنظيم الندوات والمؤتمرات. بيتعلموا بروتوكول اتيكيت، العديد من الكورسات، وفي منها كورسات كتير عمليه الحقيقه، في منها التصوير الرقمي، الكتابه للعلاقات العامه، الكتابه الصحفيه، إنتاج المواد الإعلامية للعلاقات العامة. يعني التخصص فيه جزء كبير عملي بالإضافة للجزء النظري، وده برضو استجابة لمتطلبات الوزارة بإن احنا نخلي جزء كبير من التخصص يكون عملي. التخصص من يعني أحد متطلباته الأساسية إن هو طبعا كله بيدرس باللغة العربية، ولكن الوزارة طلبت مننا إن احنا نعمل 20% من التخصص يدرس باللغة الإنجليزية. عشان كده الطالب بيدرس تقريبا من 4 ل6 مواد باللغة الإنجليزية، سواء مواد عامة أو مواد تخصص، ودي برضه بتحسن اللغة الإنجليزية، وبيطلع الطالب دارس باللغة العربية ولكن عنده يعني نقدر نقول خلفية جيدة عن اللغة الإنجليزية يقدر يتعامل بيها بعد كده في سوق العمل. اتفضلي يا بزي.
Okay. Last but not least is international relations. I believe, would you like to talk about it or should I talk about it?
Your voice gone. I think the voice got.
Go ahead.
Can everybody hear me? Okay. So international relations is basically a specialization that provides individuals.
I can't hear.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Razan.
Okay, it's okay.
Okay. All right. So international relations is a specialization that provides individuals with core knowledge about the functions and prospects that help in maintaining world harmony. Studying international relations is extremely advantageous in terms of understanding the world and its considerable demand that can maintain peace in context of economy, politics, humanitarian rights. Protecting citizens around the world is one of the main goals of studying international relations, and also to understand foreign policies, economic strategies that focus on human rights and providing environment security, along with having a perspective on global issues. The value of studying international relations and the kind of skills acquired from these courses is to promote better living for citizens around the world. It gives opportunity to improve trade policies in order to generate better economic stability. It elevates the opportunity to connect with other nations to maintain a peaceful environment, along with being in support to face global issues together. It allows experiencing various cultural dynamics through immigration and immigration policies. It also helps in spreading the message of human rights, which would help in developing the systems around the world. And of course, cooperating with other nations during the occurrence of contemporary global issues, like Dr. Abdel Sattar said, which is exactly what we are dealing with right now. These are the programs that we offer at CMMC. These are the skills that we believe are required for joining the college and having a smooth transition, and it's stuff that that many students or prospective students would want to develop early on. Writing is a big part of the college and a big part of our courses. Writing in English, writing for news, writing for media, writing for publications. A lot of that is part of the heavy grunt work of the college courses. Public speaking is very important, which a lot of people in the region have a problem with, but it's something that definitely needs development in order for a smoother transition. We offer public speaking course and we focus on it in our courses, but sometimes it can be a little daunting on students. Face-to-face communication is extremely important because many of these disciplines are collaborative efforts and require a lot of teamwork and communication with each other. So face-to-face communication is a very important skill to have. Creative writing, which we've put in a other category different than writing, because creative writing is a whole other thing. And being creative and being able to tell a story, having imagination, being able to envision, have a vision for storytelling, for themes, for messages, for things that you want to communicate. This is a very important skill. So creative writing, writing stories, writing poems, writing anything like that is a highly, highly advantageous skill to have before joining CMMC. Visual communication, so understanding how to visually tell a story. This includes not just camera and editing and video, but also just how images and photos affect us, how to use visual cues in order to reach an audience, in order to create an emotional response, or to communicate themes and messages and influence an audience, basically. And last but not least is research skills. Any kind of paper writing, research, analysis, paper writing skills would be very, very helpful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Razan. Thank you very much, Dr. Wala. Dr. Reem, can you please go ahead quickly? Dr. Reem?
Yes, hello everyone. I'm just trying to share my screen. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Hello everyone, thank you very much. Dr. Jihan, thank you, Maharat, for this initiative. Thank you for all my colleagues for the interesting presentation, because we are running out of time. So I'm going quickly through the programs we offer in College of Computer and Information Technology. Actually, I'm happy to represent my college, and I am very proud about the unique programs we offer there. So we built or we choose our program in CCIT based on the goals we set there to focus on building excellence in its accreditation program and develop and provide a quality learning environment. So that we set our mission and vision, and we trying our best to achieve our goals directly through the programs and also the quality of teaching we offer there. So for CCIT program, we have undergraduate and postgraduate program. For undergraduate programs, we offer two special programs. They are in computer science and information technology management. In computer science, really not because I am from the college and I am happy to be there, but actually because those programs are unique. Digital forensics and network security, it's a recent demand for every sector, every organization, every company. And also for information technology management, I myself, even though I am from very computer science field, still I am interested in such a program where our students can learn together business principles and aspects in addition to technology management. That's, such combination will allow them to go directly and work, straightforward in any company, in any organization. They are able to understand the business process and also use information technology to build such systems. For postgraduate program, we offer Master in Knowledge Management, which is very recent and demand specialization. Knowledge management, especially nowadays when we have all this amount of information together, we rely completely on management system to be able to manage our huge amount of data we produce every single day. Now, if I give a very quick brief about the programs undergraduate programs in CCIT college, network security was the main concern about protecting any activity, any digital activity over the networks, which is a part, essential part, become an essential part of our life. Digital forensics, I mean, it's clear from now, from this period of time, how much we need digital forensics, how much we need to understand and analyze and backtracking all the activities done, or maybe or how we can recover data we produce, we generate every single moment. And I mean, it's a tremendous amount of data generated every single moment. For information technology, as I have said before, it's a combination between business and information technology aspects and the principle, which allows a graduating student to get really directly to the market, the labor markets, and become active member there. Of course, we are proud that we have our computer science program is accredited by EBIT. EBIT is the accreditation board for engineering and technology. It gives our program and our graduated student very powerful, as they will be, as they will hold the recognized degree. They have verified educational experience, meets the standard goals. Of course, it will give them a high opportunity for employment later on. We have, for computer science, in particular for computer science program, in addition to the other school requirements, we have a student must follow 2 placement tests and must pass 2 placement tests in mathematics and physics. Actually, in case for some reason the student hasn't have this very let's say high background in both courses, so there's no worries, there's bridging courses to cover the principles and boost the level of the background of the student to meet the requirements of the college. And then now for our study plan, in all specialization, we have different types of courses. The students start with general education courses, which is almost common among all our programs. Then student moves to study around 24 core courses, where he study the courses, the basics and the concepts and the let's say okay, all the knowledge allows a student to get insight about the specialization. At the end of his journey, student move to study to focus on the specialization courses. There's also some elective courses where student can focus or can choose the courses meet his interest. So if I would go quickly through the computer science program study plan, we find that the study plan started from general education courses, and we move year after the other to complete all requirements, 126 credit hours, and the student will end up with specialization, very new specialization, very trendy specialization in either in computer science program or from ITM program, information technology management. Also here I can I would like to focus on those courses in a common between College of Business and College of CCIT, where students need to study business courses in addition to the specialization courses from IT domain. So they will be equipped with all knowledge. Of course, we are trying to open new courses related to those very high, let's say advanced topic in CCIT and computer information technology, like cybersecurity and also like cloud computing. We are waiting for, and also regarding to graduate programs, we are trying to launch a joint program between our university and one very research-based American university. We are completing all the required study in order to apply for the accreditation. from Ministry of Education here in United Arab Emirates, so we can launch the program as soon as we can. I would stop here and I'm ready for any question. Thank you very much, and sorry for this quick presentation just because of the time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Reem. Thank you very much for this wonderful presentation. Mr. Wamid, can you please take it forward? So Mr. Wamid is the chair of the College of Design, one of our very trendy colleges. So please, the floor is yours.
Okay, I think that you are receiving my screen just now.
Yes.
So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Heba, Dr. Jihan, for offering this opportunity to share those information. I'm gonna make it so brief. So relax, people. You are in the area of design, creativity. And in our area here, we are talking about a lot of opportunities that the student might have here and there in terms of joining that type of work, job, career, anything. The most important thing that I want to actually go through, that here we are providing a lot of information in both direction, theoretical and practical, to help our students to be creative, effective, and productive members in this community or in any community. Maybe if we're talking about something related to the skills or competencies, such as these things. So here we are talking about some basic skills that the student had to gain, like basic information about drawing, practicing the drawing for that time, the ability to visualize something, because this is so important. We are doing our task under design concept. So here we are visualizing everything based on the needs, based on the requirements of the client, based on, I mean, the trend of the design itself currently. Now, what I want also to mention here, that regardless, no matter which kind of talent that we have, kind of dreams, destinations, I mean, end of the day, each one really has the passion to make a new, let me put it, under tomorrow. This is so important. For that reason here, we are encouraging our students a lot. We are actually, we are doing our task under a teamwork. We are a family in this college, and under our big family, of course, the university. And we are providing the student with all of those kinds of training, and we are taking them from day one to this long journey for 4 years. And from day one, our student will be engaged with many activities here and there, actually, just to encourage them to get the information, to get the practice directly or indirectly. So they are building their, I mean, or their own experience here. So we are covering so far 4 areas in design: digital animation, fashion design, graphic design, interior design. And as you can see here, we are talking about totally of 120 credit hours program. After finishing the 120 credit program, the student will get his bachelor degree, and it's Bachelor of Science in Design. Core courses, all of those specializations, they are sharing the same core courses, 11 core courses, 33 credit hours. For the digital animation, we have big opportunities here. The student might do a lot of things here and there, practicing different types of animation, 2D animation, 3D animation, responding to different platforms, software programs. And step by step, the student will build again and again and again his experience, will build his own portfolio to join that type of career under animation category. Fashion design. I mean, here we did a lot of achievements, and we did also a lot of participations. We are doing many shows here and there. And this is one of the shows that we delivered inside the university last academic year. Graphic design, of course, here we're talking about the concept of, I mean, dealing with the ideas, visualizing the ideas, responding to the concept of collateral design, poster design, billboards, unipoles, everything related, book designs, magazine designs, newspaper design, any kind of designs under this category. Interior design, and here, I mean, obviously, this is the area that everyone has maybe enough information about it. We are encouraging the student not only to come up with some certain ideas. We are encouraging the student to implement this idea and to manufacture what they are thinking about. So, for example, even this sample, the light sample that you can see it here, okay, done by our student. We are encouraging the student through, I mean, spending long time, really, they are spending long time with us. Our courses divided in 3 categories. We have theoretical courses, we have practical courses, and we have applied courses. In applied and practical courses, the students spending with us near about 5 hours to 6 hours daily basis under that course. So they're spending a long time in the studios, learning a lot of, information, learning a lot of techniques, learning a lot of solutions, which is so important. And the design is everywhere, but in the design here, we are saying that we are responding to the function, we are responding to the quality of the material. It will put some pressure here and there. So we need to find some solutions. Design solutions, technical solutions, visualizing the material is so important. Visualizing the idea also is so important. So all of those things here, we are taking care about them. Our labs are, we have different types of labs, digital and drawing studios we have. All of them equipped to allow our students to develop their skills in this area under 2D and 3D animation. And we are using, the traditional methods and the latest digital technical methods that we have them here. All of the samples that you can see here coming from our students, creating environments, simulating the environment. This is a 3D design. This is a 3D design drawing, character design, environmental design, building information through CAD platform. I mean, all of those things, we are so proud about them. Now, more than this, as I mentioned, the college encouraging the student from day one to be active, to interact, to be, familiar with this environment. For that reason, even we are encouraging more and more. For that reason, we are joining our students outside the country. We are organizing field trips outside the country. We achieved many international visits. We have many competitions that our students achieve the first or the second place with. We are organizing a lot of conferences, and we are getting more experience here and there. Many visits to, as I mentioned, to that part of the world, participating in that kind of activities. This is the Melange exclusive, fashion show that we did previously. I use the same image that you have it here, and this is a part of what we did. One of our students awarded in China International Ceremonial Design. She got the first prize there. And yeah, we are doing all of these things. We are participating in many industrial platforms here and there, like Comic-Con, GameCon. The idea here that we need to have or to reduce, the gap between what we are doing as academia and between the industry. For that reason, sometimes we are bringing the industry to the college, or sometimes we are going to the industry. I don't want to have more information. All details, you can find them in the website. And of course, thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wamid, for your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
And hopefully we finished, Dr. Hiba. We're sorry.
Are we? I thought we still have someone. Okay, great.
No,
first of all, I think we have a great product here. I think we have a very good opportunity to help a lot of students. I've seen through all the colleges that you have presented, and I believe some of our kids have talents in many aspects. We can also advocate for this within the school community of high school, because I think there's a lot of people who can benefit from having the opportunity to explore their interest in a lot of domains. And there are so many domains that are, are not available in other schools. So I think this would be great. The other thing also, I'm very much excited about the security and the risk assessment and the crisis management and all this, because I think this is also, now today, it is important for everyone. It's not only as a specialization. And I wonder if you would be considering doing small courses where employees and people who already finished their schools, but I mean university level, but post-grad, to do some little courses on different things that can help out. Especially now we have the COVID-19 crisis where a lot of people are suffering financially, politically, like from all aspects, legally. That could help a lot. I have to leave, unfortunately, because I do have a commitment at 1 o'clock and I need like 10 minutes to get there. But I'm so thankful for all of you. Carrie's still there. I spoke to her. She will help with the questions if anyone have any questions. I think we will need to sit down again and discuss how to make this actionable and move on with our students to put some things on the ground in place. So we can bring this collaboration to a more, visualized results, so we can see what we're doing. And I'm grateful to all of you. Thank you for your time. I'm also happy that everyone's still there. So I think you've done a great job. I wish you all the best, and I wish everyone attending today the best of luck to be safe and healthy and successful. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
Thank you. Same to you.
Carrie, you can take over, and I have to leave, unfortunately. So thank you very much, everyone, for your attendance.
Thank you.
Okay, I didn't know, does anybody have any questions or anything they want to talk about regarding Maharat or, or anything? So it seems to be, it's the college and Maharat together. So I think it was really nice to see, from the psychologically, the counseling and psychology services and the student support services, that there's already so many accommodations in place for, individuals that have different, varieties of disabilities. So that's really, really nice to see. And I think it's great to see that there's so many individuals, so many, an array of disabilities already present in the university. I think it's 2% with autism, which is, it's a high number, for a university. So I think that's great, that you already have some systems in place. So I think it will be a nice university for some of our students to transition to. Dr. Herbo was just talking to me about, what students or clients we have that could, that we could start talking to their parents about. And we have quite a few, her daughter included, actually, that we can start, talking to the families and talking to the individuals themselves, start seeing what skills we need to further teach them. But I think it will be a nice place for them to go. It already seems very supportive. So I think that was really nice to hear.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Carey. So I just want to add that it was a real pleasure to be here with you and to gather all my colleagues here. They just took a lot of their time to be here because they know that this kind of meeting is very important, because we truly believe that we need to help our student, we need to support our student, we need to provide equal opportunity for all our students. And I personally, I can testify that all my colleagues here and even the colleagues that are not here were hardly working and participating with the counseling, with the Office of Counseling, supporting the student, giving special accommodation, giving them special time during office hours, backing up those students, providing them with any changes needed in order to help them to succeed and to overcome the gap that they have. We truly believe that the American University in the Emirates is a place where nothing is impossible. This is our motto. So this is why we really are happy to be among us, and we are looking forward to really making this meeting or going through this meeting and making something that could really be practical and effective for the student that you have in the center.
Yeah, I agree.
So he needs access, okay, to.
Does anybody have any questions specifically? I don't think that I have any big questions. I think probably, I don't know if there's some parents on here that might have some, but I think as we start talking to parents and thinking about the process for our kids, for sure we'll have a lot of things that come up.
I think there's a question in the chat.
Oh. It's about accommodating for individuals with Down syndrome.
Yes, I just saw the question. So now at the university, we're not providing curriculum redaction. We're not doing this, but we are thinking about doing it. And as I said, the curriculum can be reduced or can be a little bit adjusted. So sometimes we're doing this among our faculty. Faculties are being very flexible, helping the student overcoming the gaps. But officially, we don't do curriculum redaction. But if the student could be tutored, we can offer them tutoring. We can offer them course delivery changes. We can offer them special, let's say, I would say classes, not classes, but a special moment during office hours to help them understanding some concepts that probably during class were a little bit complicated for them. So, and of course we can accommodate them during the exams. So I think that yes, it's possible. There is a high chance that we can accommodate students with Down syndrome. Of course, they're most welcome. I can see also that Mrs. Alia is asking about vocational training in art or sport. I don't think we're doing vocational training, honestly. I don't know if Mr. Ali here can answer this question.
No, actually, we don't have any vocational training.
Can I just interject? So we, so the kids that we support at our center, as they are getting kind of, you know, a little bit older, around that kind of 14 to 16 mark, that's when we start thinking about, are they going to be on the university route, a 2-year college route, or is it more vocational training? So I think we do a lot of vocational training, you know, as far as the ASDAN program focuses on vocations. Our center is actually right beside a hotel, so we are collaborating with the hotel to get a lot of our older kids involved in different jobs at the hotel. So I'm not sure, I don't even know, you know, in Dubai if there's any specific vocational colleges. But yeah, I mean, I think your university is it's you know, the academic side of it. So I think as far as vocational training, we definitely help support kids with that, our young adults. You're welcome. Any other questions for Maharat or American University? No? Well, in the chat, I mean, in the chat, I can put my email address. I'm sure you guys can put yours from the university, in case anybody wants to get in touch with us about anything. You're also, obviously, we have a website as well.
Yes, thank you. We will take the, I think that all of us can take your email and we can contact you if we have any request or if we need any more explanation about how we are going to collaborate together or if we need any extra information. I also added my email and my WhatsApp number so that you can communicate also my information to parents if they want to contact us. They're more than welcome, and if they want to contact a specific representative of a certain college, of course I can put them in contact with that person. So it's very it's always good for them, for the parents, to talk to the to the counselor first, to understand how their kids, their babies will be carried on, because even if they're just growing up, the parents are always seeing their kids as child. So they want to be sure that they are in a safe environment and that they can grow up, and they will be in an environment that will take care of them, that will foster their knowledge, and that will grant them success. Okay, so it's important for them to just probably contact me, talk about their child's situation, and I will be more than happy to put them in contact with my colleagues if they need further information. And of course, I sent the brochure of the different colleges to Dr. Hiba. You're more than welcome to also share those brochure with the parents of the student.
We will, definitely. We'll do that. Okay, well, I guess that's it. Thank you, everyone, for all of the great information. It was very informative, very interesting.
Thank you.
So thank you for listening to us and sharing your information.